I'm so glad that you were able to get on this call because I think what you're doing is helpful. It helps people. We hold ourselves back for some reason. And I was just curious what prompted you to go from an attorney and a consultant to a hypnotherapy?
Therapy, yeah. Well, it's a fair question. Where my law firm goes nuts. So here's a big thing, right? I was always kind of on a track to law because it's a career you can get into your mind. And I was very lucky. I ended up working with one of the top law firms in the UK, an international law firm. So we hit the cream of the top, right? And I had interesting work there as well. But I found myself not being so fulfilled there. There's a couple of things that happened. One, I was basically moving money from one account to another. I was doing international banking, basically. So I wasn't that part fulfilling on the one side. And then the big crunch point came when I had one of the partners in my department, really nice guy, super smart, I really admired him. He was going through a rough patch. He was sort of sleeping on his desk and so on. And it turns out, through office gossip, that he was getting divorced. He'd had an affair with a HR lady and getting divorced. It's all very messy. I still like the guy, so I'm not trying to describe the boat. I understand why it happened. And it shocked me and it forced me to relook at my life and ask myself, do I want to be a partner? And that was a question I never really asked myself before because I always assumed, well, that's what you go for. It's the big bucks, it's the good life and so on, right? And then when I saw that and I looked at, what happened there and I looked at the other partners, and I looked at myself and, all the flaws I was trying to work on myself and so on, I realized if I stay here, I think I'll just be very miserable. Maybe I'll make part, maybe I won't, but for sure, I will not be the kind of person I want to be. So the jump to hypnotherapy was in part to do something more fulfilling, but also in part to choose a career that allows me to work on myself and just be a better person. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. You want to be a better person. Well, when you're you're less likely to react to situations. Is that the right?
Yes, exactly. But if you spend all your time thinking about a subject, in this case, the idea of law, and nothing else, there's not much room left for thinking about yourself, about your character, about your values, about your behaviors, about your weaknesses, about the things you're proud of, the things you're not so proud of. You kind of get molded by your environment to a certain degree. There's nothing wrong with that, of course. It's just not who I wanted to become.
That's a good point. I like how you're saying that. You mentioned the environment that you're around does affect how you're going to